It's my message today, the courage to change, because unfortunately that's what has to happen. For us to find our freedom, for us to find our healing, for us to connect to the innate wholeness that we are, we've got to change our thinking. We have to change our beliefs. We have to change our actions. And nobody wants to do that. Really? I mean, none of us, we all want the things to change that are outside of us, but we're comfortable in our ruts. I always say that when I get in a rut, I hang up curtains. I mean, I'm just like, I like my familiar things, even though they may be awful. I know this. And it's been a big part of my healing is to loosen my hold, to my attachment. Michael Beckwith says that there are 4 kinds of pain in this world: resistance, 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 and you got it. Yeah, that's it. Our resistance to change is going to keep us locked in what we have, which we don't want. And so there are people who come to Unity or come to other New Thought communities and they think, oh, I'm going to manifest the 3 Ps: a prince, a palace, and a parking place. And we can do that and it will work. But to do the deeper change, to do the deeper transformation, spiritual evolution work, we're going to have to let go of our attachment to things and forms. I want to write a book or create a series of workshops called Mystical Manipulation: How to Get What You Want by Making Other People Do What You Want. Wouldn't that be great? But that's not the way this thing works. It's all here. This is where we do the work. So I'm going to use my 3 points today are going to be from that prayer we just spoke, but I'm going to put it in a different order. Let's talk about wisdom first. I have 4 words right now that will change your life if you're willing to live by them. 4 syllables, ancient wisdom that will, like a mantra, will unlock spiritual power if we're willing to step into it. Are you willing? Yes. Repeat after me. I could be wrong. Did you feel the power surge? The next time you have an opinion about the politics in our country or a politician who I will not name, the next time you have that opinion, I just invite you to say, I could be wrong. Oh, I felt the energy just go, no, I'm not about that. Not about that. I'm right about him or her. I could be wrong. There's a TED Talk, and I'm sorry I've forgotten the speaker's name, but she did a talk on this, and she asked the audience, she said, what does it feel like to be wrong? And people began to respond, well, I feel ashamed, I feel embarrassed, I feel angry, I feel sad. And she nodded and she said, no. What you're describing is what you feel like when you find out you're wrong. You're wrong about 10,000 things right now, you just don't know it yet. We're looking for certainty. Did you know that the opposite of faith is not doubt? The opposite of faith is certainty. That we think, our ego thinks, let me just say that, our ego mind thinks that if I can figure it all out, control everything and everybody, then I'm going to be safe. It's not true. And so we need faith to understand that beyond the things that are my ability to control, my power to control, or my need to control, I'm held by love and light and power and peace and beauty and joy. That's what I am. Now, I don't have to have it all figured out. My most recent partner, and there have been a couple, but he would say, anytime I would say, well, we'll figure it out, he's like, or we could just let it be revealed. Man, I hated that. But it was good. It was good, and now I do that for myself. That when I get in my figuring it out place, I go, wait, there's an innate wisdom in the universe, wired in, and it's in me, and I can open to it without knowing how. So our ability to let go and trust that someone I am waiting for my courage will catch me. That's wisdom, to trust that. That you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the answers. You just get to be in this space of trusting life. And there will be things for you to do. There will be actions for you to take, words for you to speak, but you don't know them all right now. Here's the thing. I often, when I'm doing spiritual counseling, and people are worried about something that hasn't happened yet, and all of our worry is about something that hasn't happened yet, I say this. Your intuitive nature, in the moment that a decision needs to be made, you will know. And this has been true for me 100% of the time. I've survived every catastrophe of my life, even a few that actually happened. And I'm here. I'm here. All of you have a 100% success rate of surviving every dilemma, every disaster. You've gotten through it. And you didn't know when you were worrying about it how you were going to get through it, but when the moment came for you to make decisions and make changes and take actions, you did. Now, looking back, we can always say, well, I could have, would have, should have, but don't do that. The wisdom is to trust life. I don't know if that was in my notes or not. Pretty much, okay, we're there. Let's move on to serenity. That's where the prayer starts, but this is my point number 2 if you're keeping score. It follows from me that if I have the wisdom to trust higher consciousness in me and beyond me, then what I can do is feel serenity. That I'm not supposed to be the one with all the answers. The human mind is a portal onto the one mind, the mind of God. But while we're in this incarnate experience where there is a me and there is a you, I don't have the capacity to hold the all. I don't. I have access to it, but I don't hold it all. And my serenity comes in just saying, I don't have to have all the answers. I will tell you, and I shared a little bit at the concert last night, that I have been through some stuff in my life. I've been through a lot of loss. I mentioned recovery. I had a horrible addiction to alcohol, and that was tremendous work and pain to begin to find that path of recovery. Many things I've had in my life. And being senior minister of a Unity Church is the most painful thing I've ever gone through. I became senior minister in 2017, following Reverend Howard Caesar, who is one of the greats in our movement. I said this last night, too, that there's a saying in college football coaching, you never want to be the guy after the guy. You want to be the guy after the guy after the guy. And I know that's sexist, but until we have women college football coaches, we're going to leave it there. And I hope that we do. I hope that we do. But I'm the guy after the guy. And so there was already a lot stacked against me because we're so different, and the church under Howard's leadership, and before him was Sig Paulson and John Rankin and Donald Wallet. I mean, going all the way back, our church is 106 years old. And it was the flagship, the largest church in the movement for many years in the 80s and 90s. Now, we had been like church and spiritual community in general, our culture has really shifted. We had, I think, 1,600 or 1,800 people coming on a Sunday at one time, and long before I got there. And we've continued to sort of decline in the numbers, not the value of the work we do. But then, by the time COVID hit, we were getting about 600 people on a Sunday morning. Still a large church. And then COVID hit. And so I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, if you know that personality typing. We are motivated by visible success. And so this success that I saw for myself, I'm going to be senior minister of Unity of Houston following Howard Caesar, looked like very visible failure. That I didn't have the answers. We were doing our best to keep it going, and we have, and we're thriving in many, many ways. But my little ego thought that when I got in there, we're going to have thousands of people. It's not what happened. Not what happened. And so the serenity for me, the pain for me was in thinking that it ought to look different than it looks. And Byron Katie, that incredible teacher, loving what is, and I began to open to that. I need better metaphors, but I talked about my ego going through the meat grinder. It was just like, oh my Lord, every Sunday I would walk out to the back of our beautiful 1,100-seat sanctuary, and particularly right when we first opened, and there would be 80 people in there. And my heart just sank. My sense of value and worth just flowed out of me. Like, I'm failing. Look at this. And I took it all personally, which is a big mistake. 4 agreements. So when I got to the bottom of that, I just made a decision that I'm going to be available. That I may be a transitional figure in this century-old church. I may be what's needed to clear some energy, and I'm going to let that be okay. And I'm just going to love what's here, and I'm going to love who's here. And I will tell you now, we've got about 300 people coming on a Sunday. For Easter, we'll still get over 1,000. Christmas Eve, we'll have 1,500, and I love those days. my little ego is like, look, they're all here. You know the thing about what do they call them? I'm going to remember this. Maybe I'm not. We'll leave it, let it go. Maybe it might come back tomorrow, and I'll call you. But well, now I do remember this. Like somebody was leaving the church after a big Easter Sunday, and the pastor says, I don't think we've seen you since last Christmas. And the guy says, I'm in God's secret service. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so what I want to tell you is about serenity will come by accepting what is, loving what is. And I will tell you, it was about a year ago was the first time that I walked out in the back of our sanctuary and I didn't notice the empty seats. I noticed the beautiful people that were there in our community. And since then, I'm free of that. And so this is the meaning of serenity, accepting what is, being available to be that portal of light and love that wants to pour through you, and it may not meet your expectations. Expectations are often resentments in training, I learned. But we can have cheerful expectancy. One of the early New Thought writers, Thomas Troward, was an English judge in colonial India. And while there, he studied Islam, he studied Hinduism, and became one of the founding teachers that influenced the Fillmores and others. But he said what we want to do is create a mental space of cheerful expectancy. And we don't have to have any outline of what the shape or the form will be. Just know it's going to, I don't know what it is, from Stephen Sondheim and Leonard Bernstein. I don't know what it is, but it is going to be great. West Side Story, for those who are not gay in the room. Okay. Or music theater lovers. But that's it, holding that space of cheerful expectancy. And courage. Let's talk about courage. The courage to change, actually. Like I said, we like our ruts because it's familiar. And so I would ask you, are you willing to be more? Not less. Are you willing to be greater? Not lesser. And are you willing to trust that you don't know the path or the steps that are going to be required, but life does? And that everything that is coming before you is an invitation for you to let go of something that's in the way of your greatness. Jesus of Nazareth, this beautiful, misunderstood, misused teacher, the rabbi. He didn't go to the temples and synagogues to bring the best and the brightest in the rabbinical tradition under his wing as his disciples. Do you know where he went? He went to the seashore, the lake shore, Sea of Galilee, and these humble fishermen. And he said, lay down your nets and follow me. I will make you fishers of men. And these humble, unprepared for changing the world men were called, and look what happened. This teaching. Now, I know that Christianity is a creaky old vessel, but it was the vessel that brought the teachings of Jesus to me, which have changed my life. And it happened through ordinary, humble people who are willing to let go of the familiar and step into the unknown. And that's what we're all called to. That we're called to find our courage. You know, years ago, we had as our mission statement at CSL Dallas, it was awakening courage, transforming lives together through love. I love that we have to have our courage awakened. Because, and I was told by one of our spiritual leaders in our movement at the time that courage is kind of a lower vibration because it implies fear. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. It acknowledges that in our human experience, we do have fear. And what we need is courage to move beyond our attachment and our need to have it figured out into possibility. Courage is good. So why don't we change? Well, we're scared of the unknown. James Hollis, the great Jungian teacher and writer, says that what we need, the ability, this is a hallmark of spiritual maturity, the ability to hold uncertainty and ambiguity. To be able to hold it, not make it go away by thinking we have the answers. We're also stuck in our habits. This came from Instagram. Somebody wrote, my toxic trait is that no one can clean because nothing is clean unless I clean it, and no one ever helps me clean. We're speaking about control. And so if we want to move forward, if we want to move into the life of freedom and fulfillment that life is calling to us, we got to be willing to let go of having the roadmap. We've got to be willing to let go of things that we thought would be with us forever that are not. And that would include people, might include jobs, might include marriages, might include finances that we thought we were going to have that's changed. Changes in our body, abilities and health. We think that we're going to have it, everything we want, we're going to have it forever, and we don't. And that's not bad. As I mentioned, it's all an invitation. But I didn't need to rely on this. I rely on God. I rely on the indwelling power of the Christ mind within me to find the way forward. Not on having it all figured out and having the plan and all the resources right here and right now. That's not the way it works. And if we can begin to let go. Michael Beckwith also says that all of our work in spiritual growth is subtractive. You don't need to add anything to you, but there's some, I almost said a bad word, stuff you've got to let go of. So far, Patty is here with us this morning, one of my members in Houston, and I've never cussed yet, but I can feel I get myself really close sometimes. I reserve the right to use all words in our language, and there are times I need all of them. Okay, I'm just going to share this with you. My mom hates cussing, a little Pentecostal mother that I have, and I love her. But I found some research, and I shared it with her because I was ornery. Did you know that if you hurt yourself, if you use a cuss word, you do feel better? Research shows it releases endorphins, it minimizes pain. So feel free. Did you know that people who are more intelligent swear more? Damn right. Oh, I did it. Okay. Maybe I'll do that at my church one day, but I don't know. And why do we need this courage? It's to step into the life that's ours. A life of greater freedom and fulfillment. A life that is a better fit for your soul. That's really it. And our attachment to what we think we need will actually keep us from our true place in the life of things. This is from Mary Oliver. I promised a poem, did I not? You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. Calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. You belong. You belong here now in these times. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. If we will simply let go of everything the nonsense that we hold on to about who we think we ought to be, and step into our authenticity. I want to close with this quote from A Course in Miracles. Jesus says this, "I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now is that I have nothing else." God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now is our time for our celebration of abundance. And the loving offerings that you bring forth to us allows for amazing weeks like this to happen, to have concert after concert, a prayerful, meditative service this week to bring us closer together in community, closest together to God and with the world around us. Thank you.
This song is by Jana Stanfield and Megan McDonough. And I could have just sung this and saved us all 25 minutes, but anyway. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Will you sing it with me? Amazing, amazing. Now look at someone and tell them, you will do amazing things. And find somebody else and let that be. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing. Now let's sing, we will do amazing things. Amazing, oh, amazing. We will do amazing things. We will. Amazing. challenging and the most rewarding part of our community involvement piece on this song. If you're finding your courage, if you're willing to access your courage to change, I want you to place your hands on your own heart. And with the deepest truth-telling you can find and summon in this moment, I want you to sing with me, amazing, amazing, I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, I will do amazing things. You will do amazing things. Thank you.
You know you've had church when you have tears in your eyes and goosebumps from head to toe. Thank you. Loved ones, if you will rub your hands together with vigor as we bless our offering. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Father, Mother, God. Our kiddos must be busy back there today. Marlo, thank you.
We'll sing them in and they will come.
Yes.
We see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and we know who you are. Yes, we know who you are. You're the light of God. You're the light of God. We see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and we know who you are. Yes, we know who you are. You're the light of God. You are the light of God. You're the light of God. You are the light of God. You're the light of God.
When we see the whites of their eyes, we'll start singing again. But I saw paint smocks today, and so I think there might be painting going on back there today. So I think we've got some artistry happening back there. But I love it that they are having so much fun, that they are lost in the moment and lost in time. Do I see little heads bobbing yet? And now,
Come.
here we go.
Okay. We see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and we know who you are. Yes, we know who you are. You're the light of God. You're the light of God. You're the light of God.
Y'all must have had so much fun back there. Who would like to share what was going on back there?
What was going on back there? We were learning about how to be kind to people. And we were playing, and we were doing. We had these heart rocks, and we decorated them what we liked when we were in our zone, and it was really fun. We did secret circle, and we also did colored these rocks. I made the Grinch on them because whenever I watch the Grinch, whenever I see a part of the Grinch movie, I just feel joyful a lot. That's why I put the Grinch on mine.
What we were playing with puppets. And yeah.
We didn't get through all the adults, but the kids, Miss Alana had a friend in school this week who was sad, and she cheered her up by offering for them to come play with her and her other friends. Martina got assigned a little buddy, and she is the big buddy. So she has a first grader, I believe, who is now her little buddy at school. Mika got a new poppin' cooking candy toy, which is like a little jelly, make-your-own Japanese candy. She got to play with that today, so she was excited about that. And Miss Gabriella helped a friend clean up after a friend's birthday party.
Grown-ups, now is the time where we bless our kids. If you will rub your hands together and join me. Children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
Now we're going to bless our adults with love and energy, all that God energy. And adults, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
And congregation, if you will please rise, join, face each other so we can serenade each other across the aisle as we sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
please join us for our closing song together. Afterwards, meet and greet each other, and then join us in the gathering room for some refreshments and fellowship.
Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 Whoa. I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. You know the scripture told me that I had to be good. Now I love because I want to. I love because I'm free. You know, blinded by spirit, oh Lord. Spirit of God is upon me. Sing it. Whoa. Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa.
I don't need any prodding. I don't need any laws. I want to sing with all my heart. God is my all in all. I let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free. Blinded by the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me.
Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me.
I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Oh, somewhere I believed that loving God would be hard. But loving God is wonderful. Loving God is ecstasy. I thank God for my freedom, Lord. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me.
Yeah. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Sing it, sing it. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Come on, come on. Whoa. The Spirit of God is upon me. Yeah. Whoa.